Hello, everyone, and truly welcome to another episode of Vine Panther Presents. Today, we shall be discussing Interview with the Vampire as we talk about Season 2, Episode 4. But before we get to that, again, as always, like on the video, comment on the video, share the video. Okay, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible in the comments. But anyway, enjoy the intro, and we will start the show. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Yes, another great episode. Claudia is still alive, but the clock has started, apparently. But anyway, the characters are growing. You get more backstory on Armand, a very tragic backstory on Armand. So we got that. But anyway, what we think the episode, where we think this is going. Let's find out. Kim, any thoughts on this episode? Is there anything positive? You have any positives?
I enjoyed Claudia's performance. I thought that was really cute. Unfortunately, it was cute, and she's trying to be a woman, and that performance was a child. But it was cute. I enjoy. I like the way that they're doing Daniel. Like towards the end, where they were showing that Daniel knows Armand and Louis.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, that wasn't in the movie, was it?
No. So, well, if you look at it from that perspective, so Christian Slater played that character, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, it's really like close to the end when he's like, "Hey, give me the gift," and then that's when Brad Pitt like loses his shit, but he leaves,
yeah.
Right? So they're saying in this version, Armand was there, and Louis tried to kill him. And I'm saying, so Armand saved him, but then Armand also wiped his memory so he wouldn't know it. And last week and this week, we're seeing him remember.
Remember. Yeah.
These flashes are coming to him of Armand talked to me. Armand was in my head, right?
Yeah.
But I got confused because I think Armand is currently in his head. Like every time he brings up a subject that he don't think Louis wants to get into, like I think he's poking his mind. I think, and then that's making him remember.
Because he's like, I got a migraine. I can't. He's in there and messing with the man's brain.
And that's bringing back what happened. I think that's what happened in 73. I think it's all coming together. So slowly but surely, he's trying to piece it. He's trying to piece it together. And whoever in the plastic, I don't know. But that was a good part too.
Yeah, I enjoyed that part, and I really enjoyed when Louis kind of purged Lestat. Like when I love the cinematography when Lestat started to fade away. I thought that was so unique and different, right? It was just I loved it because it is his in his head, right? They just made him disappear very slowly, and I thought that was really well done. That was I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode, period. But those are the things that I liked a lot.
I like the scene too, since he is a manifestation of Louis' mind. Is really him talking to himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted him to become him. Like he would see himself sitting next to him, but it'll still be Lestat's voice, and then they will like merge. Like it's like he's taking his own stuff. Like he's acknowledging it's all me. I've been talking to you this whole time, but now I'm okay with like moving on with Armand. And there was a couple things where like he was saying things like Lestat is saying, like, I know something you don't, but that can't be possible because I'm talking to myself. So I was like, but no, I mean, beautiful. Like I said, beautiful. I mean, as always. With that stuff. You good?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, Chris. How about you? Anything stands out for you, sir?
Yeah, no, I also agree that Claudia's performance was really good. And her increasing her basically increasingly getting frustrated as far as playing the same role over and over and over again. I love the fact that it is shown is definitely showing that Ahmad is definitely effing with Daniel's mind, literally, and obviously Louis too. When they brought up the fire, you know what I mean, and about the fire, about burning down the theater, and then Louis, you saw Louis' reaction like the fire, you know what I mean, and Ahmad kept trying to interrupt, and they're talking over each other. I was like, oh shit, it's about to unravel now, you know what I mean? So all but no, I love that man, Santiago. He's a freaking menace. So I love that he is kind of seen as like this mentor to Claudia. You know what I mean? Because he's and like kind of giving her advice, like saying like yeah, she like look, she's frustrated of playing the same role. You know what I mean? And even kind of speaking up for her to Ahmad. You know what I mean? And I love it because like you feel like that connection between the two. Then but then unless you really know what's about to happen, you know what I mean? So I love the fact is like you actually really legit feel like he's defending her, and then just for it to get taken away, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that I thought that was really good. The whole thing with Lestat and just I love the fact that when Lestat shows up, I mean, the visual version of Lestat, like the ghost, I'll call him the ghost. He realizes that Louis keeps trying to ignore him, and he's just trying to, and I don't know. I just like what they do with that, and it's just I don't know. I think I find it really unique, and yeah, but yeah, overall, really good, really another stellar episode. And yeah, and it looks like I guess they're going back in the past in the next episode. So so yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one.
All right, Jamani, anything make you happy this week?
Does anything make you happy? He's an ice cream.
Okay, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you if the answer is no. Okay, so I'll come back to you. So. What I particularly liked about Claudia's performance, or at least the play itself, that again she did a good job of showing you how happy she was at first, and after 400 and something performances of this, she's like, this is that bullshit, but she's still going through it. The play itself, I thought it was tragic that as a woman who's been injured, raped, almost left for dead, her play is the exact same thing. A young girl who gets hammered in her foot, she can't move. Someone's trying to keep her where she's at to the point that she's trying to fly, and then she has to fall and almost commit suicide, like to die. And it's almost like how, and then Louis, to see him having to watch her do this is hurting him. Like he's he feels sad for her, right? But he's like, but wait a minute, I think she's happy. I think she's enjoying it, but it's hard for him to watch. Did you see him say "what the fuck" the first time he saw it?
Yeah, he mouthed it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But then, what again? What it looks great when he's talking to Armand. He's like, right. But the thing is, Armand is so powerful. He should be reading his mind. Like, he's like, I know you don't like this shit, so can we have this conversation? Like, you're not fooling him with this whole smiling thing, right? Because he's Armand, right? Like, and when he shut down the entire restaurant and put those vampires' faces on the table without even blinking an eye.
Yeah.
I was like, this, like, he is no one to fuck with. And he's like, but I was like, yo, I was like, that was awesome. He's like, and then Louis, to show how Louis is older than Santiago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And for him to be like, he was taking so much shit, and he was like, what? I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? I was like, oh, he put hands on this dude. I was
Wayne
like,
Brady have to smack a bitch?
You're right. he should have said it. He should have said something that would, because that's what you saw out of that. You were like, please don't take my kindness for weakness. Like, I will fuck you up, and I can do it. I physically can do it. And Santiago was like, never mind. I'm gonna talk shit later when you're not around. So awesome. But like, Armand's backstory was so tragic.
It really was. But I have a question, guys, and I'm sorry I'm interrupting. How does he look the way he looks in the painting and look the way he looks now?
So he said that he got sick. He said this was 7 years before I got sick. So
but his complexion made him. He's dark. He's dark.
It's a painting. It's a painting. So you got to think his creator drew him as he's inspired. So I hear you. I hear you. But I hear you. But I mean, but the theory is that, but he was more taught by his thickness. He was like, it was a bigger dude.
Yeah, he was a big. I got that part. Like he's a heavier person.
I'm about to say Jesus is much darker than we always see. You know, I'm just saying. You know?
Okay, Chris, you went to Catholic school. I went to Lutheran school, and we saw the same one.
Yeah, we saw BGs. We saw the BGs.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
So again,
we know the truth.
But right. So it was interesting to see, and then it was tragic. Like he's never had any control over his life. Like he was sold into slavery. He was sold into a sex worker. He was then sold into sexual slavery by his creator, and then given to whoever his maker wanted. And then vampires forced him to go to Paris and be in charge of this coven. Like he didn't want to do that bullshit. And now he's in charge of this new coven. And he don't want to do this bullshit. Like he's like, I have all this power and I'm powerless over my own life. Mm-hmm. And I was like, damn. And he's like, Louis though, you fully appreciate that this is a former pimp who had just seduced a former hoe, right? You do see that, right?
Kind of, yeah. I didn't even think about it that way. Okay.
Yes, like I was a prostitute before I became this super vampire. That's Armand. He said that.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
And Louis was a pimp before he became a vampire. That's also a fact. Which is why he's able to manipulate said hoe and be like, I'm wet. And Armand was like, here you go, daddy. He's
not telling my bitch better have my money though. So
actually, he don't have
to. Not yet.
He already got the money. He's like, "Where's my cigarette? Where's my painting?" And Armand is like, "Yes, daddy. What do you need? Let me get you from point A to point B." Yeah. It's out of love. Oh, yeah. But that's his bottom bitch.
But he's manipulating him, and he's doing it very well. Yeah.
And he's taking right. He's like, whatever you need, right? Because like and it's great because that's how Louis said. He's like, I'm not a painter. I'm not an artist. Let me do what I do best. Mm-hmm. Look here. Do what I tell you to do and how I do it. And he was like,
Yep.
And I was like, awesome. Like I was like, oh, and the practical effects when Santiago lifted and like elevated and went, I was like, this is awesome. Like the special effects continues to be amazing on this show. I was like, the scene between Louis and Claudia with the photos was so awesomely written and performed because they were both right. They were both right in that scene. Like Louis, like I've tried, and god damn it, like you just mad everywhere. Now it's Louis' fault Claudia's in this situation, but he was like, you chose the coven. Yeah. You said this is your shit. I said go. Go. They're going to kill us. And you were like, I'm going to be a performer. And I was like, oh, bullshit. So shut the fuck up and go dance. Like don't be mad at me. Yeah. So
that's true.
I mean, but also he did choose Armand over her again. This is also facts, you know. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was cool. But anyway, well, it's cool. A young lady. What was the name of the mother that she's gonna get? Madeline?
You talking about dressmaker?
Yeah. What's her name? Because they officially have not said her name, but she represents the woman who's gonna be her mother in the book.
I forget.
I thought it was Madeline.
I don't remember. I can look it up though.
But the reason I bring it up is because I was actually talking to someone in the comments about this. They're changing the story though, because this version of Claudia is not looking for a parent. Like she's too old physically as an actor and as a character, right? She's looking for a companion. She's looking for
I think I felt more of a vibe of like a lesbian relationship.
That's what they're going for that. They're going for that for this version. Sure. For this version. It's not the mother.
Lesbian? I don't want to go with no lesbian. No, I think it's more of just them basically just looking for a companion, but not a companion sexually, but just more of like you get me.
A
Just more
life
like
partner. A life
yeah,
partner.
yeah. Well, like yeah, life partners or just like family. You know what I mean? Like they both lost their families. You know what I mean? You know, Madeline lost her family due to, you know, illness. Many of them abandoned her because of her romping with the Nazi, you know what I mean, and all this other crap, you know what I mean. They're both basically lonely, you know, and in a
Yeah.
sense. So
Yeah.
I think they see the loneliness in each other. I don't necessarily want to go straight up to the lesbian thing. It's just more of like we're the same in a sense. You know what I
Well,
mean?
so the reason I brought up the leverage specifically is because the actress that plays Claudia said like she like lover, like she was like looking for, again, companion means a lot of things, but I'm saying it's not either way. It's not going to be a parent either way. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not. It's like in the book, in the book and the movie, it was Claudia was so small that she was like, I need a parent. Like, you're leaving me. Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to be, you know, the one? And then you had a woman who lost her child, which is not in this situation. That's not the situation with her. So, like, it's not a woman looking for a child.
And in the movie, they actually used a child actress.
Yes.
And that's the difference. This woman, when you look at her, she could be 14 to in her 20s, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
she probably in her 20s. She probably is in her 20s for her.
Yeah, she probably is.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. She can play a wide range of, you know, ages, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking, I mean, it may not be a lesbian thing, but that's what I felt. It just seemed
That'd be weird
to me. Like,
I'm not saying they're going to be doing anything. It's not going to be
like show them do anything,
yeah,
but I think it's going to be a deeper relationship than just
No, I'm not saying that they'll show it. I'm just saying even for Madeline's, like, I mean, she would just look. I don't know. That wouldn't look good on her in the sense like you just look like that link that Jamani sent us with the old girl being with a underage kid. You know what I mean?
Well, they're not going to show the public that they're together.
No, not the public. But even if they talk about it, that's still
weird.
You know what I mean?
She's still
because let's be real, because she's supposed to be 7 years old. She's supposed to be 7 years old.
She's 14, Chris. This character is 14.
Oh, so they changed her.
Yeah. She's 14. It doesn't make it even better. I'm saying, but like she's not 7. I'm saying she's 14 in this story. As they established. But to your point, it's gonna be weird. We're not saying it's not gonna be weird.
It's gonna be weird.
But her conversation with Louis and Lestat last season was, who's gonna love me? Like, you got each other. I mean, she did say who's gonna fuck me is what she said in the end. But I'm saying, it was still the same concept of you got each other. You have each other. Is it always gonna be little boys, or is it gonna be perverts? Like, I can't keep on doing this shit if I become 100. You know what I'm saying? So that's still in her mind. Like, who's gonna love her like a romantic something? And she's been trying to make another one ever since she lost Charlie. So she's trying to do that. And a woman just works because her virginity keeps on regenerating. So she doesn't want to go through that bullshit for her whole life. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna go that far, like to that part. But there's gonna be something before they both get murdered. I mean, that's gonna happen. I mean, you know, like once she turns her, or Louis turns her, then Santiago's already going to be like, she's on trial for killing Lestat and that kind of shit. And then that's going to be over. And I liked that Louis made his own version of Lestat, his own version, a Lestat that gives a fuck, that he's a photographer that can talk about his. He's like, well, so tell me, baby, how was your photo? Lestat would not give any kind of fucks, like absolutely. But he made a version that would care. He made a version that looked at Claudia as their daughter.
Yeah. Because when he said that, when Lestat said our daughter, I was like, that's different.
That's not.
Yeah, because that's not normally Lestat's thing. But I do see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's Louis like, but then they hunt together. Yeah. They hunt together. Like, who is this Louis? Who's like, every other week I go out and murder someone before I take a picture of him, and he just comes home like it ain't shit. Like, if you were doing that with the real Lestat, y'all could have been a couple forever. Like, I mean, y'all biggest fight was like, you're a murderer, Louis. Like, you're a killer. Why are you acting like you can't get on board with this? But he's like out there just killing people, just living his best life. Yeah. So I'm like, what? Like, this don't what happened? Anyway, all right, Jamani, you guys should be issues, bro. What's on your heart? Let's get to it.
Oh, he looks mad.
He's not mad.
No. He got questions. You got no volume or something. Oh, there you go.
Jamani?
We can't hear you, Jamani.
We can't hear you, Jamani.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He's done.
He'll work through it. Come on, Devon. No.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can hear you.
There you go. The Verizon commercial. Go.
Okay. All right. So, from what was said last week, she's there for 50 years, right? I'm using the logic from the show. The first episode of this season, Louis got caught because he was showing an old picture and pretending like it was new, right?
Mm.
So, how are they expecting her to play a child in the same town? It's not like it's a traveling theater or something.
True.
For 50 years, and she never grows, nothing. And that's why Armand is saying, don't see the dressmaker again. She's in front of a crowd every night.
Facts.
Mhm.
Facts. Yeah.
She could just be a dwarf.
But
No, I'm
she's not
serious.
though, because she's
No,
tall
she
enough
could
to
be
be
a
a regular sized woman. But even they age.
And they get breasts and they get bigger, they fatter, smaller, whatever.
Maybe that's where the term "black don't crack" actually started from. It started with her. Maybe it started with her.
Was with Claudia.
It started with Claudia.
But you're right, Jamani. You're absolutely right.
But if she's saying, I want to be backstage, that would be the logical thing. Why would you put out the abomination, as they would call it, that negates the rules
Also true.
on Front Street?
Also true.
Because it's going to bring more attention to all of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also facts.
Because even Madeline was like, your breasts aren't bigger. Like you still look exactly the same.
You got to remember too, though. She's wearing heavy makeup, though. You could easily just say there's someone else behind that makeup. You know.
The actor who played Willow, like he aged. Like he's a little person, but you could tell he got older. Like that's that's his life.
Yeah.
And like 50, like to Giovanni's point, these are repeat customers. Like the whole point is that people come back, they dress up. So 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, they're gonna be like, this little girl looks exactly the same. Like
that's won't they just eat those guys?
Ripley's, believe it or not, it's not going to be. We're coming for a good show. We're coming to see a sideshow attraction now.
Yeah.
No, if that's the case, I would imagine if I was a part. I would just eat those people who noticed, just like Claudia ate the dude who was like making fun of her, like just the people who were finding out, like, oh shit, where's he at? Oh, we're following him. Boom, got him. Like, okay, problem solved.
But also to Jamani, to your point though, in this what makes you more right in this particular situation is that the plan is that you're going to be a public performer for 50 years in a stationary show. Like that's a stupid idea. Like I mean,
and we want you to wear the dress on and off stage.
Yeah.
So that people who may not even have seen the show can see you walking around town and you're just synonymous with this one outfit.
Yeah. Also
I'll say this though, they did 500 something shows and no one noticed. You know, I mean,
well,
so
but that's 2 years though. That's 2 years. Like it's only.
But she's supposed to be 14. Like, you know, what I mean,
she should be 16 by now. Yeah,
she should be 16 by now. So I mean, to your point, so I think the dressmaker is a prime example of people who know are asking questions. Like if you know the actor well enough that you're like, why is it you look just the same? Then that's gonna be an issue. But yeah, you're right, Jamani. These are also holes. Also, how does Louis' version of Lestat know things that Louis shouldn't know? Like last episode, Lestat said, "Let me tell you about Armand in the 1400s." Like Louis should know that. So how can Lestat tell him that shit? Because that's just a figment of his imagination. And then in this episode, he said the whole breast pocket thing. Did you know I put you may not know this, but I put your initials in my jacket pocket. So you would always your name would always cradle my heart. And I'm like,
I thought he made that up. I thought maybe he made up that Lestat even thought that. Like maybe I feel like Louis wanted to think that. But no, seriously, I know.
No, so I get,
because
this is all right. So I've studied abnormal behavior, and I loved it when Daniel. Okay, that is a positive I have. I loved it when Daniel said, "Do you suffer from schizophrenia?" This is totally beyond mind control. This is like out there.
Because I thought he actually killed that the photographer person. I thought he actually did kill it, but he blocked it out of his memory. Because the next scene was the person in the bag. Like they kept on showing, and Daniel kind of seen that.
Daniel killed.
And I really thought, I was like, oh shit, like Louis killed that dude, and Armand had to clean that shit up, and he don't remember killing him. But I'm thinking, no, that happens in 1973 or whatever. When that happens. But he, like, Louis is fucked in the head. Like he does have a split personality. And Armand is trying to hold it together, but also like and keep stuff out of his memory. Like he definitely has to do it. I love this episode. It was a great episode. It was well put together, and it was a lot more of Claudia, which is good because she's gonna be probably dead in about 2 episodes. Like because if the trial starts, Santiago ain't fucking around. He's definitely gonna be like, here's the evidence, and then also again now we can get into reality, if you will. Armand being as powerful as he is, how do you not know that your vampires are running around like watching you like inside?
I was wondering that too. When Santiago was still in Louis and Claudia's apartment,
yes,
I was like, okay, so he's talking to the individuals outside, right?
Yeah,
or who are there to like scheme and do and be lookouts, right? So I was like, how come Armand doesn't hear this? Like he was just with Santiago, right? So I was like, he should be hearing what they're scheming and what they're doing.
I think it's like one of those what do you call it, CB radios, like they're on a different station or something.
I thought he was more like Professor X, where it's like, hey, I have the ability to go through your mind, but out of just being nice, I want to be diligent. I just won't just do it just because, you know.
So my problem with that is, though, he just choked the shit out of Santiago.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, so you need to be. You just told your lover that this man wants your job. So if there's anyone you're tracking on a second by second basis, it's Santiago. But where is he? In fact, Louis in his pimp stage should be like, where is Santiago right now, baby? Oh, he's in your house. What? Claudia's asleep for some reason and don't see him there. I don't know why. Oh, he got the book too, so he knows you killed Lestat. What was that?
Why is she still at the book?
She has multiple books. There was multiple journals. And I'm like, why doesn't she have those things hid?
God damn it, Bakari. Bakari, what are you doing?
Why are they in the company?
Damn it.
Why is she taking notes at work?
Yeah, Bakari. Oh my God, Bakari. I mean, Claudia. What the hell? Like,
it's far better written.
What are you doing?
This is turning into The Shy, y'all. Like, this doesn't make sense. You are at work. And it's like, oh, these people ain't shit. And I know I ain't supposed to be writing this, but these bitches don't like me. And I don't like them either. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you see me writing this notebook? Yes, I did. Oh, excuse me. And then I'm going to dispose of it in front of you. Like, I'm not going to go run away and try to hide it. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. He definitely knows. That's why he told Louis. Armand isn't saying anything, but I'm sure he's picked it up in subtext. He would be telling. Also, wait. What happened to you're supposed to kill Louis?
Yes, that was another thing. Yes, that they just skipped over that, and they don't even explain what happened.
No,
it's just like 2 years later.
No.
Yeah, I think Armand is keeping Santiago from killing Louis. He's doing something to him to keep him from killing him. Because why wouldn't he be dead already? When the whole coven said just 2 years ago he needs to be dead.
And we see that should have been for argument number one, Jemai. Like that should have been resolved. Like, how is he still alive and you still have any credibility as our leader? Like this doesn't. And then Santiago is like, my maker is dead, right there for breaking one of your rules. And this dude's just running around living his best life, leaving bodies all over fucking Paris. You know what I'm saying? For one, and I'm like this.
But his maker was a part of the covenant. Louis not a part of the covenant.
So that's even worse, though. I'm saying, like, at least his maker tried to make an effort to be part of the crew. Also, Magnus was apparently the leader of the coven. As I'm taking it now, he was actually the leader of the coven, and him leaving is the reason why Armand was sent to take over the coven. So that's kind of interesting. I still think they keep on saying. I still think that. Oh, Armand once again. Armand is so powerful. He can read Louis's mind. He knows exactly that he tried to kill Lestat.
Mm-hmm.
But and again, he did not know that there's a fake version of Lestat in his head, like right next to him. Because when you saw his face when Louis is telling Daniel present day about how close like Lestat was to him, like he could feel him but not feel. He looked hurt, like he was like, what? Like I've been trying so hard for all these years, and I'm still like I'm fighting with the memory of my ex-lover with my new lover. And he just looked broke, like but he was like, it's okay, baby, it's okay. Like we can get through this.
How do you know that it's not Armand who's putting that in his head?
Which part?
Like is projecting Lestat, yeah, to him? Because I'm like, if he made him think that he took those pictures for like 70 years, and he's like, hold up, these are not my pictures. Like, how does he know what reality is? I'm like, I'm starting to feel very like we could get to a point where this becomes like Tupac, where we get like the way he would have really wanted it, right? Where we have this is the imaginary telling that Armand has given Louis, and then we'll get to like the last season or something, and then this is the way things really happened.
I think we're gonna get that when it comes to the fire and Claudia's death. To your point, I think Lestat was generally created by Louis because one, Lestat was always making fun of Armand and their relationship. Like when he's like, "Oh, he's doing Romeo and Juliet," like he was laughing at him. So in somewhere in Louis's mind, he was laughing at Armand. Like somewhere in his mind, he was like, "What the fuck are we doing right now?" Because he's used to Lestat, which is not a good thing. Like an overbearing, powerful partner, and now he has someone who treats him right, and he don't know what to do with it. Like he don't know how to be treated well. Like and he's acting out like that, and that's a damn.
That's usually women's issues, but
that's like Angel from BMF.
I'm saying right, but that's what's happening. He's like, oh shit, I got somebody that I could be in control, and now he's abusing the situation. Yeah, Louis really is channeling his pimp stage right now. Dude, that was a pimp move. I was like, that Romeo and Juliet scene was so funny. Like, so Lestat eating the photo was hilarious. Like
that was so weird, though. I was like, what?
But it's all in Louis' head.
I know. Yeah.
Right? He's asking Lestat for photo advice. You're talking to yourself. Like your own self is telling you that your photos are shit, but you want Lestat to do it. So it sounds better or whatever. You can take it better. But I'm just saying Armand should see the mental breaking down he's unstable. Like he needs to be like, this mind is all kinds of fucked, and he's talking to himself.
I think Armand knows that.
Yeah, Armand knows that. Yeah.
I think Armand knows that.
And that's why
he's gonna prey on it. He's gonna fill it up with, whatever he wants reality to be. Yeah. I just wanted when I was saying I want them to go into a panic room while the show was going on, and then they actually went into that room, and I was like, come on, let's get another vampire superhero type of fight between the two. But
we talked about Jamani. We talked about that, and that's not okay. We don't want that. But like, so I think so. When Louis and Lestat fought last time, we got in trouble. But the comments came for us. They're like, no,
trouble for what?
Yes, remember? Because we were like, that's a fight. Oh yeah. So Jamani and I, we got in trouble because we were saying that was a vampire on vampire fight, and people were like, no, that's domestic abuse, and like, at least half of our comments were people trying to explain to us that domestic abuse.
Yeah, that's true.
See, Kim, she remembered. So I was like, that's not what we're saying. I'm saying vampires. Yeah. So I'm saying, I mean, if Santiago and Louis fight, like after Claudia is dead, after Claudia is murdered, and Louis beats Santiago to death, like that would be okay. But like, I'm hoping that's what happens. What's up, Chris?
No, I don't know. Dude, I can beat Trig to like almost death, and no one has a problem with that. But in this one, it's like, oh, there's an issue with the fake vampire stuff. But we see people getting beaten all the time when we talk about it. But okay.
I'm just saying. I remember it was crazy. Like, y'all, when we did our first, I read I was like, dude, can we get to the show? I mean, it was like paragraphs. But anyway, point is, Louis got some issues, and he needs some serious therapy. He needs 100% therapy. And Armand also needs therapy because he's looking for. He's tired of being in control. Like a lot of some powerful people are like that. They like to be submissive in their private life because they're tired of making decisions and they're tired of being in control. And Armand needed Lestat. Lestat showed up and helped him get rid of that first covenant, which he didn't want in the first place. The Paris vampires made him do it. The Roman vampires, made him do it. And then now that Louis shows up, Louis going to kill all of them. So now he's like, yes, I'm free again. And now we can just run off and do what we want to. So in that sense, so he, as powerful as he is, he can't take the remainder.
I don't think that's not why Armand went to Louis though. I mean, it's not. I mean, Armand went to Louis because he saw a broken animal and he was gravitated towards it. Not to mention there was a connection between him and Lestat. You know what I mean? Like Armand he freaking loved Lestat. You know what I mean? And if anything, he saw someone he was hurt when Lestat left. And then now here's another one who was also hurt by Lestat. But he's damaged goods. And he gravitated towards that. And that's, you know what I mean? So that's why when you say, oh, Armand should know how, he knows how effed up Louis is, which is why he always is trying to protect him, even with this whole interview with Daniel, which is why he didn't even want him to interview with Daniel in the first place. Yeah. And which is why he keeps messing with his mind, and then if you see the previews, you can see really how messed up Louis is and what, and what Armand has to do, you know what I mean, to keep him in control. You know what I mean? So yeah, but he gravitates towards that. You know what I mean? It's the same unhealthy relationship as we saw in the first season with Lestat and Louis, but now it's Armand going towards Louis for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's like, it's like those men you always see, like, yo, why'd you get with her? She's crazy. And then some dudes just go for crazy.
I like that. I like that.
I like that. I like that. It's like, yeah, she scratches me in the face. I don't know. I kind of like that. You know what I mean? It's like
they don't make as Louis Lestat says, they don't make good decisions.
I want to know, did they watch last episode before they wrote this episode? Because last episode, Louis said, yeah, I killed Lestat. Claudia had nothing to do with it. Now Armand is threatening Claudia with it. And he's like, he knows everything. He's like, yeah, I told him that night. But he told him that she didn't have anything to do with it that night. So why is he talking to her like he knows that she had something to do with it?
Because he knows, because he does know. Yeah. He knows.
He read his mind. No. He said he read our minds that first night at the theater. Right. So it doesn't matter what Louis said. Armand just went in there and was like, I know the truth. So that's when Claudia's response was, well, you must have filled in the gaps. Like, cause that's what she was saying. She's like, oh, you must no, like this 400-year-old vampire. It's not that hard to be like, I can see your thoughts, because one, they talk about it at full volume. So like, I mean, it's like.
Wait a minute. On that note, did anybody think that when Louis was in the restaurant with the vampires and he was talking to Claudia, his voice was high, like it was like they were in a club. You talk really loud inside of a club. I was like, I don't think the music is being played this loud. Like, was there an issue with his mic or something? He was loud.
Well, I think
it was because the Santiago was puppeting his voice or whatever.
Yeah. But they wanted you to know.
Even before that, he was loud.
They wanted you to know that Santiago could hear him. They want you, and therefore, and with that, he was able. Okay. That's what they give you that thing, like, oh, Santiago could hear him, so that's why he started, which was awesome. That scene was fucking awesome. Like, he's like, so, and then Louis is not thinking, if this man can go into my mind and copy my words as I'm saying them, you don't think he's in there going, who's Lestat? And what's going on in New Orleans? Yep. And like, oh, I'm sorry, what? You killed who? I was like, I mean, like you would think that would be something, but it's like, oh no, he had to read the diary to find out. Something tells me that because there are vampires, they don't have the same boundaries they would have humans and mortals. I've been reading the books and all and they all Armand, Louis, Lestat end up together. Yeah, at some point. No. Again, again, most vampire stories kind of follow that kind of like we're just people doing whatever. Like most of them have that kind of genre. I'm just saying. I think we're going back to the Claudia conversation. I think in the book and therefore the movie, she wanted a parent because she was so small, she was so young, and she said, give me a mother, give me a parent since you're gonna leave me. And I think this one is gonna be more like a companion, was more like a life partner, which has more of a romantic kind of connotation. Louis wasn't broken. Armand saw a disruption, disruption just like in Lestat was, and he isn't so innocent in this. So again,
no, he's not. But
both. I mean, both. I mean, I think
my
point is, I'm not saying that. Well, my point is that Armand is far stronger than both of these vampires.
Yeah,
but they both helped him achieve a goal, which is not having to be in charge. Lestat did it with words. Louis going to do it with violence. Like he's going to kill all that coven. And now because Armand does not want to do this shit. Like he was at that table, like, why the fuck am I gotta deal with this every night? You know, because they're like, oh, you know who's fucking so and so? No, who? I was like, I don't give no fucks. Like, I don't want to do this, but he can't free himself. He can't free. But Louis gonna do it, so that's why I mean, like, he helps him in that way. But yeah, Armand. I mean, if he has self-esteem, I mean, he could definitely take care of himself. Let's see. Armand is definitely broken. Putting up with Louis when Louis keeps back on Lestat. That's when you love who you love and you put up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he knows though. He just at some point he knows, but he's still pushing. He's like, I can make him happy because he makes me happy. And it's a rebound. Even the actor said this is like a 70-year-old rebound.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it is.
Like listening to this, I low key feel bad for Armand. And yeah, it was a tragic story. It was a very tragic story that he told. And yeah, and Claudia, we kind of saw Claudia's pain and her tragedy, and the fact that we know how it's going to end. That's what makes it even worse for her, because I mean, she's never going to find peace, really. That when she finds someone who she believes care for her and their partners, they're both going to get murdered together. But I'd be interesting to see how they change it. I'd be interesting to see how they get through that. Wait a minute. So we got it has been maybe like a year since they got to Paris. He knows it all by now. So they've been pressed for 2 years.
I think longer than that. They've been there for longer than that.
Well, so since last episode, it's been 2 years because they've been doing the stage play for about 2 years. They could be there longer than that.
No. They just said 500 performances. That don't mean they went every single day.
No, I'm saying they did say it. Santiago said that Armand hasn't been himself since a year and 6 months ago. So they've been. It's been 2 years, and then even the dress one was like, I haven't seen you in 2 years, and you still look the same.
Said, I remember.
Yeah. So it's been they just perform almost every night, I guess. I mean, fuck. The scene with Santiago made me so uncomfortable. Which
one?
Cat's got your tongue. Cat's got.
Oh yeah, dude. I want to see that, or I want to see that's the Louis that almost kills Daniel.
Oh yeah, I want to see. I'm hoping they have an episode of like how it really happened, right? You know what I mean? Like it'll probably be like after the whole burning of the theater. You know, Daniel. This is what I'm predicting AMC is probably going to do. You know, I feel like we will have an episode where Daniel's going to question, like, wait, but you said this, right? And then Ahmad's going to confess to say like really what all happened, or all the memories that Louis had will come flooding back, and then it will just basically be an episode of what really happened with everything from when they went to Paris, everything. You know what I mean? So you'll see like an alternate version of what we've been seeing.
The whole thing.
Oh, not
that's what I said before.
That's
the biggest highlights. Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like that's the route they're going to do. I feel like they might possibly do that. So I think that would be dope.
So the Talamasca. So the Talamasca apparently has been tracking these murders from this crew for decades. Like
Shield, man, that's Shield.
No, this is high level Shield shit. So they watched Daniel like be like, "Oh, you want some heroin and some butt, I guess." And then he went into the interview room, and that didn't work out for him. And he's like, "Oh, he's still alive. Oh, I guess we're gonna watch him for the next 20 years." I'm like, "What?" And then you got they followed the bloody Sabbath in the 50s. Like they were like, we figured out every possible victim that got killed at this place. I'm like, you just let this shit happen? Like you just said anybody to do something about this?
They're not
like,
they're not police. That's not how they operate. That's not how the Talamascas necessarily operate. No, they investigate this stuff, but they're not actual police officers. They're, you know what I mean? So I mean they essentially only when it benefits them is when they intervene. Essentially, that's how they. At least with when it comes to the witches, when it came to the witches,
like the Mayfair witches, they watch them to make sure that somebody's not doing something that's going to affect everybody.
Right.
So
that's it. Like them killing a couple people, they're like no, because they know they can't.
Look, it's been a little bit.
No. Well, I mean, I mean, they're not. When it comes to like them not taking out like actual cities, you know what I mean? They're not going.
Yeah, like where people are gonna start to notice. Like you can't like they also monitor werewolves and you know all types
ghosts,
all types of.
I feel that should have been the show. Like I feel that gives them more room. Like Interview with the Vampire.
No, that is going to be a show. Did you hear? They're doing it. They're having their own spinoff. The Talamasca.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I thought you and I were discussing it. I thought we discussed it as a theory. You saying that's legit? Like,
no. If you go after AMC, that's. I mean, that's the plan. They want to see how this season goes first with them introducing it. That's why they're throwing. That's why they're throwing it in. Because let's be real. They're not really in the actual all in the books of Interview with the Vampires. They're in like part 5 or 6 and more in like Queen of the Damned, but they're more in the like Ian Rice wrote them more in the witches stuff. But then I think AMC was like, nah, let's throw some more Easter egg stuff because they want to do a spinoff show on just them. You know, so that would be awesome. That would be like Supernatural.
It's an universe that they're trying to create on AMC. So the AMC is going to become like you know how they did with The Walking Dead. Everything's Walking Dead on AMC. That's what they want to do with Anne Rice. Yeah.
And so I would say AMC's track record with The Walking Dead, like it's kind of like it's like they proved that they can do the universe thing. Like Walking Dead, I think the original went on too long. But some of the spinoffs were better than others. But yeah, I think they're trying to find something too. So again, like Supernatural, it's also they gotta fix the Mayfair show. That show was shit. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, they really have. Just get rid of that girl.
I was like damn it.
I couldn't finish it. I could not finish it.
I couldn't.
I mean, I finished it, but I was just like,
what?
Some people are not leaders, right? I'm not saying she's a terrible actress, but she can't carry this show because her acting is not up to par. Like, you know, the acting on the show, other people in the show where their acting was way better than her, and she's the lead. And I was like, this is like Harry Hamilton, you know, that actor that's married to like Lisa Rinna. Okay, well, anyway, she's on the Housewives. But anyway, Harry Hamilton is he's an actor that's been around for a very long time, right? But he was on there, he was perfect. Like he was so good. There's a lot of them that are on there that are really good, and this girl is terrible. Like bad. Yeah. And they need to change her. Yeah.
When the show started, I remember Terry and I we watched one of those like spoiler-free reviews. And it was like this ain't it. Like they're like, this is not Interview with the Vampire. That's all this one woman said. And it was like it was so confusing. You're not even sure when things are happening. And we started watching it, and we're like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. And at this point, I don't care. Like I'm like, I just gotta click. I was like, this is not what I want to watch. Oh, anyway, Armand. I had something with Louis. Shit. Oh, got it. I got it. Armand can read minds. We've established this, right?
Yes.
He wiped Daniel's mind in the 70s, so he wouldn't be snitching. We established this.
Right.
Yes.
So why is Armand not reading fucking Daniel's mind when he's clearly lying? Like last week, he's like, hey, are you okay? Oh, I was distracted. Oh, I was thinking about something. And Armand's like, then this episode, you bring up the fire. No one told you about the fire. Oh no, one of my researchers happened to you lying. Like, I'm watching you lie to me. Like,
but I
why?
think Armand picked up on that, and that's why he went into his head and was like, "You killed a girl, basically. Like you actually put a bag over her head."
No. He was remembering. Daniel saw a dead body. Like, Louis killed someone in 1973.
Oh.
Armand at the time was in his head trying to wipe his memory. So what he's remembering is Armand going through his mind, telling him, like he said, you wouldn't have sex with a girl. You said she was so ugly, you wouldn't have sex with her unless she had a bag over her head.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was. So he was drilling his mind in the 70s, and he's slowly remembering that experience. That's what's happening right now.
Okay.
But I'm saying, but to your point, I'm like, if he's in his mind and he should be like, yo, he got some shit on his computer, or just basic cybersecurity, y'all. You let this guy into your house and you make no effort to track what's going on his computer? Like, this don't make any sense. Like, you should be better on your game. Unless you're tracking him, tracking you or something. Like, this all part of some big conspiracy. Like, that's different. All right. But, like, you want to know who he's talking to. And, like, you trying to, like, that's something. But right now, they're just like, and then they go in the back and argue about the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, loud arguing. I was like, Jesus.
This is why I didn't agree with them having Armand being present with the interview or whatever, because he's not in the book like that, like for that. So to me, that's why, like, you're right. A lot of it doesn't kind of make sense for that to happen without Armand being able to dominate the whole conversation, if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so I understand what the writers are trying to do, and I appreciate what they're trying to do with it. And it is adding a nice little switch to it. You know what I mean? Where it was just, at first it was just Daniel. Let's be real. The first season where it was just Daniel and Louis, it was cool, but it kind of got old with just those two. When they threw Armand in there, right? There was like argumentative stuff going on. You know, there was argumentative stuff with just the two of them as well, but it adds more of a dynamic with the three now.
It does.
And I think that's what they were trying to go for. And I commend them for that. But to your point, it is now creating like little holes now because this dude is so super powerful.
Yes.
So it's like, and Daniel is he's just flesh.
He's a dude.
You know? Yeah.
Dude. He's a dude who's sick. Like, he's not even all there. Like, he was like, why are we fucking around with this dude? Like, we can just write our own story. Like, you know, there's the internet. Like, you can just write this stuff yourself. Like, I don't even get that. Like, baby, if you want to write your story, just start typing. I mean, you're not Bakari. I know you can put words together and be like, that's a reference. And be like, and then self-publish. That's what social media is for, baby. You can get on TikTok and be like, I murdered people for 70 years. What? Hit like and subscribe. Like, it's not that difficult.
Wow.
I don't know what we're doing right now. There's a woman who drove around in her car for about 2 hours and got like talking about, I don't know who the fuck I married. She's internet famous. Like, it don't take that much. It don't take that much. You got a much more compelling story, Louis. I don't get it. Also, and again, I ask again, does Daniel know that Claudia is dead? Because I'm not feeling that. I'm feeling like he's like, oh, so what happened? Like, he's trying to, like, how the story ends. Like, you know, she's
I don't
dead,
think he
right?
knows.
I don't think he knows either.
Yeah. Because he keeps saying that Claudia is like the pages are missing. You know what I mean? I don't think
so I'm like,
yeah.
And then that's a logical question.
Right.
Where is Claudia now? Why am I listening to you about her dance routine? Well, I can talk to her about her dance routine. Where is she? Like, I mean, you would think that would, oh no, she died X amount of years ago. Like, I didn't, because in the movie they covered that. The interview was over. He knew that she died, and you know it was all there. But like in this version, it's like they didn't get that far. Like they didn't get to Europe in the original 70s interview. So I don't know. Armand could be hiding his hand.
Yeah.
It could be. But again, if he knows that Daniel is talking to some mysterious someone that's giving them information about sensitive things like the fire, you would think he'd be like, shut this shit down right now. Who are you talking to? And let me know. I'll see. Don't worry about it. Let me see who you're looking at. And he would know all this stuff by now. It's too many things that can go wrong. I mean, with this thing, if it gets too crazy, I don't know. So again, they're trying to space it out. They want Armand is a great character to the interview, so maybe that's what's trying. I guess the only theory is that Armand is holding back his powers, because there are many times when the vampires have to hold back their powers to be with mortals, and that's true. But like, right, he's already showed his hand. He's already saved them one, and he told them that already. He's like, I'm the reason you're still alive, fucker. You know what I'm saying? So you keep on messing with me. Another example. So Daniel constantly taunting Armand, like, "Hello, Rashad, real Rashad," and I'm like, you know, Armand could just eat you, right? Like, I mean, both of us could do it.
But I think his character is just an ass. Like he's just that's the character. He's just flippant. He just says whatever.
And I'm like, you doing a lot of talking because I guess you know you're gonna die anyway. So you're like, it don't matter. But I'm like, I could go kill your family. Like I could bring your daughters here and eat them. If I was so inclined. And it's like, oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I forgot who I was messing with. Like, excuse me. But I don't know. It's just it's also like this is therapy for both of them because Daniel, it's like Armand is learning more about Louis during these interviews. Like, oh my God, I didn't even know that shit was like that. So it's almost like they're working through some shit.
So what is the agenda of the Talamasca? Because do they want the vampire story to be told to the whole world and them to be outed, or are they doing something so that it blows up in Daniel's face and it stays secret?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Because they have evidence. They put
like
evidence on. They
But
put
couldn't
evidence
it be because to me it seems like this is not the first interview. Like it seems like this has happened before. You see what I'm saying? Like
he said, Ragnar said you're the fourth. Like you're not the first to try to be in this process, for example.
Yeah. So, but why does he keep? So basically, is it because whoever interviews them eventually dies?
I think that's true, but I think it's Louis. I think Louis has killed every other reporter. Like his photography, he would go out, take photos, he would get aroused or whatever the fuck, and he would just kill these people as a Louis, as his Lestat was making fun of, right? Mm-hmm. So even when he met Daniel in the 70s, like Armand was like, "Go have your fun, and I'll see you tomorrow." Like he knows he's just toying with these people, right? So it's like he talks to him for a while. Something snaps in him. I guess he kills them. You know, everyone, and sometimes he has to clean that shit up. And so, you know, so I think maybe that's what he does. So Louis is the one who keeps on killing or making these vampires like these reporters vampires or whatever. So I think maybe it's just him, and it's not, and maybe that's why they're so focused on him because they've seen him before. Raglan Jones, maybe Rogue. He's had he has an ulterior motive. That could be it. Daniel actually mentioned being a therapist. Yeah, like Louis needs therapy and not an interview. He did say that. Also, I mean, and then he is challenging him. He is challenging him to remember stuff. Like, was it really raining that time? He was like, oh shit, like maybe it was. And then the whole thing with Claudia being there but not being there during the conversation, like we talked about that. Mm-hmm. But like Chris and Giovanni said, we do need the truth version, and however that comes out. You know, and be like, oh shit, this is what really happened. And Louis wants to know, and maybe that will break him once he sees what he's really done after all these years. Armand was jacking everyone up in public this episode through Claudia. Then Claudia and Santiago. He was.
I had to reword. I had to relook at what you said. My mind went totally in the gutter.
Sorry. That happened at the restaurant. Hey, wait! I couldn't help it. Did you see Santiago get his dick sucked? Did you?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When the head was moving.
Yeah.
I was like hilarious. I watched it and I didn't see it the first time, and then they did the back shot. I was like, that head is moving a lot. I was like, hilarious. And
then when she stood up and she was like, "This is like every time," and she went like that, I was like, "Oh my god,
stop it!" You know,
lipstick perfect. I was like.
See, that's not realistic.
She didn't do a good job then. She did not do a good job. She did not. I'm just saying. That's
just ask Monica
Lewinsky. A horrible job.
I was like, I don't know.
There is lipstick that you can keep on, and it doesn't. It doesn't
in the 40s. Like this is like,
but not in the 40s. You're true, right? I mean,
like,
now, yeah.
Now, I mean, they have
died with lipstick on.
What's up?
She said maybe she died with lipstick on.
Oh, maybe it's permanently part of her. Is that what you're saying? Like it's like permanent lipstick.
Oh,
Unrelated, but I loved when the art dealer showed Louis the garden parks photo, and he was like, not him.
I know, right? That hurt his soul.
yo, that's why I thought he killed him. That's why I thought he killed him. He's like, what? You think I'm not an artist? Yeah. You're not, bro. You need to let that shit go. Yeah. Like you know how to pimp. Stick to what you do best.
Yeah, because Louis' pictures were very odd pictures to me. I was like, why do you think that looks like a good picture? Like it's half of a picture cut off. Like that's not good. Like
I think joke though, Kim. I think a lot of artists be doing stuff like that. They be like taking photos like that, and they be like art. You know what I mean? But they legitimately think that they're doing something.
It's up to the audience, though. It's up to the buyer to go, I see myself.
That's true, David, man. Yeah. I went to an art gallery, bro, and I was like, dude, I could do this, and you're selling this for $30,000? Like, no way. I could do this.
Did y'all hear about it? Was a couple of years ago, and the child was 2. She was 2 years old. I think it was a boy, actually. And it was 2 years old, and he was just basically finger painting. Like he would take his hands and put it in different colors and then smear it all over the canvas. His parents are like right now have like millions of dollars for him. From just that. I was like, are you kidding me?
Good for them.
Yeah, that's right. That's
good for them. See, they realize how stupid people are, and they took advantage of it. That's good parenting. Yep.
Yeah. That's good. Okay. Come on. Let's wrap this up. Are we gonna get like a Superfly spinoff? I want to see Louis in the 70s getting back to pimping, but like for a little bit, like in the 70s, like he has the platform shoes and
does he show Richard Roundtree how to actually become Shaft? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like we need to know that he went on the streets. It was like, this is how you keep your pimp hand strong. That would be hilarious.
He gives Isaac Hayes the idea to do the music, everything. You know what I mean?
Like, he's like, I was behind all this shit. He's like, oh, damn it, what? Yeah. I was original.
I told a young Pam Grier she can be somebody. You know what I mean?
She listened to me. I don't know. I mean, again, he wasn't California around the time. He was an ex-pimp. He could use these skills to put them to work. I don't know. I'm just saying you don't let those years of experience go to waste. But all right, come on. All right, Chris. Any final words for the vampire?
Oh no. Again, really good episode. I am again. I was really. I mean, we already said this already, but really impressed with Claudia's performance, especially just her slow dissatisfaction on stage. She did a really good job, and I think for me, she kind of was the one that kind of carried the episode more than anything. And then Armand's obviously his tragic backstory. I don't know how far they're going to get with the whole in Rice universe stuff. You know what I mean? If they'll have, because there's a book for Armand as well. You know what I mean? And so I'm wondering if will actually get that. Probably not. I don't know. There's a lot. They might be doing a lot, perhaps. But I feel like if there's a lot of people like us, well, except for Jamani, that likes the show. You know what I mean? Then it might actually happen. So, but until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all.
Thank y'all. See you next week, Chris. Boop. All right, Jamani. Positive words. You got any of those? What you got?
Yeah, I'm excited kind of about the next episode. It seems like something's actually gonna happen. And I was saying, last week about the first interview that Daniel did. It seems like we're gonna actually see that next week. I'm kind of excited about that. But then again, I don't know what I should expect, because last week we got Lestat story. We actually saw it. Mm-hmm. Armand, we just saw a painting and heard him talk about it. So
this can go. I think we're gonna get a natural murder who ends up wrapped up in plastic. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get Armand having to come in and save Daniel from Louis, as he mentioned at the season finale. I think we'll get that. And it may be in pieces, and then Louis crying that, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I tried to kill you. I got caught up in some shit. And then something like that. But somehow Daniel still stays for the rest of the interview. I don't know why he does that, but apparently he does, because the show is still going. So I'd be out at that point if I figured out this man tried to kill me 30 years ago.
And I'm like, why can't Daniel wait until daytime to listen to these audio recordings or look at these files. There's a time of day when they are like they can't do anything, and that would be daytime. But no, they're in the next room, so I'm going to take a liberty and do it right now.
So these are all very good points. But remember, Armand can walk in day. So I mean, he did show that. So I mean, he could leave though. To your point, he could leave in the daytime and be like, I'm going back to the cafe and watch these videos and listen before I come back and ask some more questions. To your point, but it's more drama when he's sitting up there listening to these people argue, and he's like, oh, there's some tea going on. Let me write this tea down. I'm like, okay,
yeah, I'm like, they're arguing, so I'm gonna put on my headphones so I can't hear them. Know when they stop arguing, so I can hear this instead.
So they can creep up behind you. How the fuck did the Talamasca get those recordings? Like, there's so many questions. But maybe we'll get to some of that stuff. Anyway, anything else?
Yeah. Yeah. Hurry up and get to this whole Claudia trial or whatever. Yeah. They need to hurry up with that storyline. They're like dragging it out and just.
I think that's gonna be the end. I think the end of the season. Yeah.
No, I think that's episode 5. No, 5, 4, 5, 6. So I think that's gonna be episode 6, and then I think she dies in 6. I think, and then they got 2 more episodes. I think. So like they have to do Louis killing everybody, and then Armand and them running to somewhere. I think.
And are we gonna actually get an actual Lestat? Because I'm tired of this fictional aberration, whatever. He's contracted, so he has to be in every episode just for the sake of whatever. No, just when he's actually back from, risen from the garbage, then we see him.
Yeah,
I don't think that's coming. Yeah, I kind of don't think that his redemption story is coming this season. I
think that's the finale. That for some reason they pan to Louisiana somewhere, and you see a hand with a rat in it, and you're like, oh shit! Like, he's fine.
Like he's in the mansion or something, and he's
similar
to
the movie, like similar to the movie, because it's been 2 years, so he should be back up and running. I mean, he can't.
Well, don't you have to? But wouldn't he have to actually bite humans?
Well, yeah, he ate enough rats
to get to regenerate himself.
That's what I'm saying. So in 2 years, I'm sure he ate enough rats to get up and moving, and then like that night he goes out hunt. That's what I'm saying. That he should be back up to something that we can see him and be like, oh, like Tom Cruise in the movie, like he looked all fucked up, but eventually he drank one person. All of a sudden he's back and moving.
Well, he drank from a vampire, didn't he?
No. He drank Christian Slater's character.
That's right. He did. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Jamai.
Yeah, that's the like, subscribe, comment.
Thank you, man. See you next week, hopefully. Based on my move. All right. Kim.
Based on your mood, okay.
No, my move. So I'm trying.
I'm
moving this week, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, Kim, any final words, please?
Yeah, just I'm really enjoying this show. It's a great show. So thank you, chat. We really appreciate you guys. We can't do it without you, so we need you to share the video with anyone and everyone. We need you. We're trying to get to 500 views per video. So the more you share, the more we'll be able to reach that goal. We already have 2,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 2,100 subscribers by June 19th, which is my birthday. So if you could please continue to share the video. Again, please hit the notification bell so that you know when the next video is coming. And we will see you next weekend. Thanks, you.
Kim. As she said, we're gonna see you next weekend. As I said in previous videos, I will be transitioning locations. So I pray that I'm back online by Saturday night, so we can do the Shy, and hopefully by Sunday night, so we can do Interview with the Vampire. But check back with the channel, and we will let you know. Drug dealing would explain how he got this money in present day. Yeah, I don't know how he's making the stats, bro. He started the crack epidemic. That's what I want to find out. That it was Armand and it was Louis who brought crack to America. Like, they got the cocaine and then they turned it into crack, right? And then somehow that's I got like Franklin Saint worked for him. Like somehow maybe Ghost worked for him. I don't know. And like he did all that shit. Maybe he started the hip hop community. I don't know. I mean, we got to find out. Yeah, pimp skills. Put the pimp skills to work. Anyway, y'all. Again, I'm silly. See y'all in the comments. Appreciate you, and please enjoy our outro. Yeah. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching people in the chat.
I enjoyed the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this. Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What do I go there?
Oh shit.
AC, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.